I'm Sandeep. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Marriott International for Middle East, including Egypt and Turkey.
Sandeep, you've just come off a panel here at Arabian Travel Market in Dubai. Thanks for giving Breaking Travel News some time. I'd love to hear, what were you talking about?
First of all, thank you for your time. I know you're equally stretched and really a pleasure to have you here. We spoke about the trends, as to what are our guests saying. So let's put this in a bit of a context first. I think we've seen a great amount of growth from where we are today to the COVID times, and we can easily call it post-pandemic now. The growth in travel has been amazing. There was already a trend of people moving from product luxury rather, to experiential luxury, product buying to experiential buying. That just got speeded up. So we take this piece of it and we look at our Marriott Bonvoy members. We are today about 203 million members. So let's put this to context. It's about the population of UK, Germany, Italy, and maybe one more country. And we felt, okay, let's go to them and ask, what are they looking at? Because that's trends. They are the people who travel the most. And 90% of them are planning a travel as we speak. And 50% of them said they'll at least do 2 international trips and 3 domestic in the year. So we said, okay, let's talk to them. So we came up with different things to kind of find out what they're thinking, where they're traveling, and there were 5 things that stood out. 1, slow travel. People want to slow down. I think you can see all around. It's like everything is like super fast. It's like one of those movies where things are just crossing each other. And everybody wants to slow down, connect with themselves, their loved ones. Everybody's talking about the fact of disconnecting with technology. I don't know how much that's going to happen, but people want to make their endeavor to do that. So we're seeing people slow down, kind of take their time for themselves. So that's one. Second is we have started to see a lot of solo travel. Now, I clearly remember I tried this. I'd gone to Cape Town for a conference, and I said, okay, let me take 2 days just by myself, something which I don't do normally. And I reached this particular restaurant I had to try, and the hostess looked at me and said, how many? And I said, 1. And I'm sure she thought, what a loser. But so was I, feeling a little awkward sitting all alone for a meal, but it turned out to be the best experiential meal. So I think if I could just take that, I think it resonates very well with a lot of people. Approximately, actually, more than 60% of the people said they would love to do a solo trip. More than about 40% said they've done a solo trip. So that's a big trend coming as well, where people want to kind of have the flexibility of charting their own destination, kind of getting time for what they want. So that's the second. And I'm not saying you don't do that when you go with a family, but it's just, that's kind of catching up, saying, if I have to do so many breaks, 1 is my time. So that's catching up. The third is the use of artificial intelligence. And maybe I'll break it down into 3 buckets: pre-stay, during the stay, and post the stay. So I think we've done a lot in pre-stay, people getting inspired where to go. I think there are virtual concierges where you can kind of say, so many days, my budget, and it puts a plan together. Something where we're doing with a Marriott Bonvoy app, where you can go, put in your interest, choose a destination, a hotel, book the hotel, check in, not get a key card, but use the phone as a key card itself, check out if your billing instructions are there with your credit card. So it's a seamless process, and I think that's heading the right direction. During the stay, it's a lot we're doing too, which people like. It's ultra personalization, where we know you've checked in, what you like, it comes on the iPhone of the particular person checking in, and it can be personalized. Pre-planning and during stay. So I think different stages getting done, but what really stood out for us is the fact that they're saying, when I go to the room, it should look or feel that this room is made for me. Meaning, my favorite program is going on, not a news channel or a music channel. The temperature is to what I like, not very cold that I go switch it off or make it cold. Everything is to my liking. I need dim lights, it's dim. I check in the morning, it's bright. So I think that amount of personalization is something we are seeing guests ask. So all I would say, use of artificial intelligence has increased and it's here to stay. So that's another trend. So we spoke about slow travel, we spoke about solo travel, artificial intelligence. The fourth we have seen is something called dupe destinations. What do we mean by that? These are destinations which are a bit more close by. So people don't want to travel too far if they can get the same experience in a place close by. Maybe links a bit to the slow travel. 30% of them feel it saves cost to just go somewhere close by. So we started seeing a lot of travel between UAE to Oman, Oman to Turkey, Turkey to Saudi. So a lot of regional travel. I mean, if I just had to look at Q1, we've seen a growth in international markets across borders increased by 10% or so. We've seen a little drop in staycations, and the reason is it went up year over year over year during COVID. And now people are saying, I'm done staying in the same city, I need to travel. Maybe I don't want to go too far, but I want to stay within the region. So we saw almost a 25% increase in the regional travel. So it kind of leads to what people are saying, they want to travel close, slow down, quality versus quantity, connect. So all those kind of things are leading to that. I think the fifth, which I would touch upon, which came out really loud and clear, is not a trend, but it's something here to stay. But let's put it as a trend right now, is sustainability. It became a trend, became a subject of the year, but now I strongly feel it's here to stay. But the interesting part is we asked everybody, so what made you feel, or what was that aha moment saying sustainability? And 60% of them, a little more than 60% around that much said, the weather conditions around me are clearly indicating that sustainability is important, we need to do something today. And this is, mind you, the recent incidences with the weather which happened in the region. So it's before. I think today if we do that survey, it will be even more. And what are we doing about it? We are kind of seeing, again, to bucket it into four things, I would say one big thing is plastic, whether it's small shampoos to bigger bottles, where 95% of our hotels globally, and I'm talking about 8,900 hotels, are on the residential plastic bottles. We're moving away from plastic water bottles to glass. So that's kind of one big bucket. The second would be a lot on food waste, as you can imagine. Food is a lot gets wasted, and a lot of things are being done through AI and saving up to 60% of wastage. So a lot to be done on food wastage component and how and where we get our local produce from. Third, I would say, is renewable energy. And this is something which is not only in the new hotels. So for example, the two hotels which we opened in Red Sea, St. Regis, and we're just going to open the Ritz-Carlton Reserve, it's 100% renewable energy. But it's also the older hotels. So if you look at Middle East, Jordan is one of the hotels where we started long back in history, where we opened some of our first few hotels in the region. 4 of the hotels there went on solar energy. So it's a lot of renewable energy coming in. And fourth, certainly not the least, is kind of doing something where we can give back to the general environment around us. And we've done this through mangroves. So last year we partnered with Etihad to do a mangrove forest. This year we have kind of moved to doubling that and looking at 24,000 mangroves. Another day, mangroves store 4 times more oxygen than trees. So a lot to be done in that. So I would say it started as a trend, but today it's something that'll stay forever. So these are the 5 real big things we spoke about, and I feel strongly about it.
Thank you for your incredible insight today. It's been a real masterclass.
Thank you so much. No, it's not a masterclass. I'm just sharing what our guests are saying. And truly, one thing if I had to kind of leave with before we left was the amount of work that our people are doing. I think that really puts it all together, because they're the ones doing it in terms of kind of being in every hotel and making sure things are getting done. So a big thank you to all my people around the hotels. Thank you so much.